Alexander Hamilton Bridge is expected to cause cars to crawl across the GWB. Drivers here are moaning and groaning. But Scott, well, Scott is a can-do guy.
I'll find another way.
You'll find another way?
Get up north, Captain Z.
Traffic experts are predicting 3 months of massive morning delays. Backups from here to Hackensack, which is why God created Pete Torriello. So keep it here. John Monson, at the bridge.
924. Police Commissioner Ray Kelly notes we've been seeing a lot of demonstrations against the NYPD stop and frisk policy recently, so he wants to know why the leaders of those demonstrations haven't been leading demonstrations against all the gun violence in the city this summer. 77 people were shot in New York just last week during the heat wave. Kelly says while demonstrators complain that stop and frisk disproportionately targets young black men, the same demonstrators are mum when the same young black men get shot. 96% of the shooting victims in the city are people of color. Wins News Time, 924. FBI divers will be back in Oyster Bay again today trying to raise the yacht that went down on the night of the 4th of July. There were funerals yesterday for 2 of the 3 children who died in the sinking.
As Kevin Traynor buried his daughter, his attorney observed attempts to raise the Candy One from the bottom of the bay. Lawyer James Mercani says there was a perfect storm that fateful night. Turbulence from many boats that caused the 34-foot cabin cruiser to capsize. Investigators want to see for themselves. Nassau Homicide Chief John Azada describes the procedure.
The vessel was used with straps and they somewhat crisscross the straps to form a net. They then will eventually raise the boat using, for lack of a better term, air-type balloons.
They want to keep the boat as intact as possible to try and determine what happened that 4th of July. Julia Papa, 1010 wins at the Oyster Bay Marina.
Wins News Time, 925. A Maryland woman got some bad drugs, crack specifically, so she called her drug dealer's customer complaint line to tell him, this isn't even a $10 rock. You need to make this right. The meeting was arranged at a parking lot, but when Sandra Davis got there, she was arrested. Seemed she had dialed the wrong number and actually called a cop on his cell phone. She and a friend were arrested and charged with possession. And while this was going on, a cell phone belonging to one of the suspects went off. Cops answered that, too. Arranged another meeting down the road and wound up arresting 2 more people on drug charges. 77 degrees. We're going up to a partly sunny 86 in Midtown. Wins News Time, 926. Now Money Watch on 1010 Wins, sponsored by NYPDRecruit.com. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, here's Larry Kowski.
Stocks appear headed for a modestly higher start. Traders will try again to put the brakes on the market's recent declines. The news from Europe is more encouraging, with Spain taking steps to reduce its budget. Here at home, one economic report is already out with another on tap. The government says the nation's trade deficit fell 3.8% in May to $48.7 billion. Exports rose despite a broadening global slowdown. Imports were slightly lower. Coming up at 10 o'clock, a report on May wholesale inventory. Companies are ordering more goods. That would be good news for the factories that produce them and for the economy as a whole. The Federal Reserve releases the minutes from last month's policy meeting this afternoon. The opening bell rings with the Dow Jones Industrial Average at 12,753, down 83 yesterday. S&P futures closed up 1.90. Oil prices are higher. Crude at $85.14 a barrel in early trading, up $1.23.